Hey guys, Southern Sage back again in the garden. Today we are going to plant squash, specifically a really tasty variety of butternut squash called South Anna butternut. Now, I am planting squash in a wicking bed that I made in a different video with an arch you can see going over to another wicking bed. And I'll be planting squash, the same squash, on both sides of the wicking bed. The reason is squash bugs. So any of you who have been gardeners for a while know that the squash bugs are the bane of every organic gardener's existence. Nothing kills them. Nothing wants to eat them. Chickens don't even like to eat squash bugs. They are awful. And they multiply prolifically and kill every squash plant in, a 20-mile radius once they get started. So, last season I tested growing squash in these raised wicking beds as a way to slow down how fast the bugs found them. And it worked. So I still checked the leaves, which I'll show you later when these guys get big enough that we can start doing a squash bug check. Checks the leaves, and nothing happened for a very long time. Like, I got easily an extra month before the bugs found my squash. And I figured that was worth doing. So I'm expanding that experiment this time. And because last time I did the wicking bed and I just let the squash trail over the sides, and I think that's how the squash bugs found them. It was when they got long enough to get to the ground. So this time I'm trying it with the tall trellis to see if I can keep them entirely up off the ground and see if that gets me a longer season where I can harvest tasty butternut squash. So planting squash is crazy silly easy, right? It's a huge seed. We'll get this situated so you can see. It is a beautiful cloudy day, just perfect for planting things. We are maybe early-ish for the season here, but I don't think it's going to freeze again. So I'm just going to get a few seeds, and in this bed I'm going to make 2 hills next to this trellis. And I'm going to plant something else in this part of the bed, which I'll get to in a different video. I'm going to do a shaker mix thing here. So in each of these holes, I'm going to put 3 seeds. 3 seeds because I really want about 2 to germinate. And so I'm allowing for having one that just doesn't make it for whatever reason. And they go about 2 inches in. So not quite to your second knuckle. And that's all there is. Squash are planted. I will do the same thing on the other side here in just a minute, and that will be my squash plants. Now, I will say quickly, if you're not sure how deep to plant any given vegetable, a general rule of thumb is twice the length of the seed. So squash seeds are pretty big, right? They're a ½ inch or so. So you can plant them more than an inch in the ground, and they're going to be just fine. Compared to, say, carrot seeds I was planting earlier in the last video, are an itty-bitty speck of a seed, and so they barely get covered at all. Like, that little seed has hardly enough energy to get itself up a ¼ of an inch. So they don't get planted very deep. But there you go. Some guidelines. Here's my squash experiment. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you try it out, because squash are tasty. So as always, thanks for listening. Give it a like, subscribe, tell me what you think in the comments. If you have other solutions for squash bugs, I would love to hear them. So please let me know, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.